In today's video, we will be making affordable outdoor lighting. Thank you for clicking on my channel. I'm Wendy, and on this channel, I love to create DIYs using mostly Dollar Tree products. If this is something that you'd like, please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell when it appears so YouTube will notify you every time I upload a video. It's giveaway time. Stay tuned for some more information. DIY number 1, you will need a wire basket from the Dollar Tree as well as this lantern light and some jute cord. You'll first remove the chain from the basket. Then we're going to take the jute cord and pull it apart in 3 pieces and wrap it around the wires. I did start on that little loop where the chain would have connected to the basket. And you're just going to continue wrapping that around the bottom first, and then you will go along the sides. Once you finish getting it around the entire bottom, I did just glue it in place, and then I started wrapping it around each of the sides that go, I guess you could say, the top of the basket. I did glue a little bit on the bottom first to hold it in place. Then I did add a little more hot glue halfway up just to secure it. And just wrap that continuously up to the round circle that is at the top. I glued it in place and then cut that off. Then you will just start on your next, I guess you could say, side piece. And you're going to do each one of them the same exact way. This is what it'll look like when you finish wrapping it. And then I went ahead and cleaned my mat up with this Ladybug vacuum. If you do not have this vacuum, you are missing out. I will have it linked in the description below. Now we're going to take 9 pieces of the rope. I don't know if you noticed, but for some reason when I did take the rope apart, it split into all these small pieces, which I actually liked better. You're going to go ahead and like I said, cut 9 of those because there's 9 spots to put it on. And here I am just measuring them out. I did each piece 11 inches long. And you're going to take it and you're going to fold it in half so you know exactly where the middle is after you pull it apart a little bit. And then you'll wrap it from the inside. I made sure that the ends were even. Then you're going to pull it through the loop and up to secure it in place. I don't know if I'm really explaining it too well, but you can see here what I was doing. And I did add just a little hot glue under that spot to hold it in place. After I did all of them, I went and measured them all to 3 inches and cut them the same. And here I'm using a water bottle just to wet them down a little bit because it makes them more pliable and you could straighten them out better. Then I just went ahead and held it up and just trimmed any pieces that were hanging lower than the other to make it even. Now we're going to work on this lantern. And this I found in the graduation section at Dollar Tree. And we're going to use the green paint from Deco Art. I'm not too sure of the color. I will link it down below for you. I added a little white to that just to lighten it up. And actually, the color is Spanish moss. I'm sorry, I just remembered. And then I went ahead and gave just the top silver part 2 coats of that Spanish moss paint from Home Decor. I then went and used a lighter and just burned off all the fuzzy pieces that were on the on the rope. Just be very careful when you're doing this not to burn yourself. Now we're going to go ahead and take the light out. It does unscrew like a regular light bulb. And then using E6000, I put some on the entire top piece, which you really didn't need to because it doesn't all touch. So you could just go ahead, probably be easier just to take the glue and place it on each one of those, I don't know, what do you want to call those little side pieces. After using the E6000, I did turn it upside down and put some hot glue from underneath on each side of those pieces to secure it a little bit more. And then I went ahead and put the light bulb back in. Didn't mention before that out of those 3 pieces of rope, we only used 2 for this entire piece. Now we're going to use the 3rd piece, and we're going to knot it on one side and then run it over and knot it on the second, like directly across from it. And we're gonna create a hanger for it. I then went ahead and knotted a piece on either side of the original knot. You could see here what I'm doing. I zoomed in so you could see it. Just to make it a little more decorative. I didn't like it with just the 2 knots alone. Okay, so I took one more piece of the nautical rope and I looped it underneath one side of the rope, and then I went directly across the other side, as you could see I'm doing. And then once I got the ends even, I pulled that piece that was laying on the top of the lantern up. And then I knotted those other ends to either side to make it more even. And then I pulled it up straight, and I tied 2 separate knots in the rope as well to make it a little more decorative for hanging. I did end up using 1 full package, and then I took a second package and pulled it out apart, and I had to use 1 string from that package as well. DIY number 2. I picked up these 2 planters from Dollar General for $1 a piece. I used my heat gun to remove the stickers. They had them on the inside and the bottom. I also picked up 2 soap pumps from Dollar Tree, removed the pumps, then using some rubbing alcohol, I wiped them down to remove any excess dirt and oil that would be on them. Using that Spanish moss again, I also lightened it up again with the white paint as well. And then I'm going to add in baking soda to give it that gritty look that everyone's doing. This is the first time I've done that, so we'll see how it turns out. I gave both of the soap pump bottoms 2 coats of that green paint, drying in between. I now went and added more white paint to make it a little bit lighter. I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of a sponge, and we're going to dab that on to the soap bottoms to give it a little more texture. And here's the sponge I'm using. Like I said, I just went ahead and dabbed it on there, and I just dabbed the excess off so it wasn't so much at once. While those are drying, we are going to take the planters and give them a quick sanding so the paint will adhere. I did pick up 2 of those solar lights from the Dollar Tree. I took the tops off, and I am just tracing the circle on the bottom of the planter. Using my wood burning tool, I used it just to put a hole in each one. I couldn't stand the smell of the plastic burning, so I ended up just going ahead and cutting it out with a utility knife. Please be very, very careful with this part. After I cut those out, I went ahead and gave each planter 2 coats of the ink chalk paint by Waverly, and I did do the inside as well. After drying, these are what these looked like. I absolutely do love using the baking soda and the texture that it gave it. I picked up a bag of white rocks from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to fill these with the rocks to give it a little weight on the bottom so they don't tip over. I used 4 handfuls in each of the soap pumps. If you haven't guessed yet what we're making, we're going to be making 2 outdoor solar table lamps. I went and sealed the paint with the Mod Podge on both of those pieces, as well as the lamp shades. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that I had gloss paint, which I'm not too thrilled with. Here I am just cutting the bottom of the stake. I'm cutting the point off so it would go down just a little bit better in the rocks. Using jute twine, I went ahead and wrapped that around the bottom so it would give it a little bit more stability inside of the pump. If you like what you've been seeing so far, please hit the like button down below. It really helps to support my channel. So I took that rope and I did that right down to where the top of the soap bottle is. And I did pull the rope up and put some hot glue in between each one so it would be a little more sturdy and stay in place a little bit better. I now took the top that we used to trace from the solar light, and I pushed it into the hole so it went down a little bit, and I put hot glue along the whole outside. After that was done, I didn't like what it looked like on top, so I went and took some more of the nautical rope and wrapped it around the base of the light there, and also the whole top, so the entire square would be covered. I then went and turned the lampshade upside down and inserted the solar light into it and secured it in place. When I hit 300 subscribers, I will be giving away an Amazon gift card. The rules are as follows. You must be subscribed to my channel. You must like this video and every video after until I hit 300. You must leave a comment on this video and every video after until I hit 300. Don't forget to share your channel to your family and friends, so this way we can hit that 300 a little bit faster. And when that happens, I will be doing a random drawing and I will announce it during the following video. Our last DIY, using a pallet from the Dollar Tree, I gave, remove the sticker, don't forget that. I gave the pallet 1 coat of the Waverly Antique Wax, and I did coat it in between all the slots as well, and I wiped it off with a paper towel as I was going. I soaked the label off of an old wine bottle, and I also used this glass, I guess you could say it's a vase from the Dollar Tree. I took them outside and gave them 2 coats of that Krylon Sea Glass Ice spray paint. And this is what they look like after I brought them inside and they were completely dry. I found these great LED lights at Walmart for $3.15. We're going to go ahead and take those out of the package and we're going to insert them into the wine bottle. I did use a skewer to help push them down a little bit. They were very long, so I put, I don't know, maybe more than half of the strand inside the bottle, and then I took the rest and I wrapped it around the neck and then the base of the bottle, and I did put a little bit of hot glue underneath the wire here and there, not the entire strip. I apologize how out of frame I am. You can't see the top of the bottle from this shot. Set of lights has 3 settings on them. You can leave the lights solid, you could have them flashing, or you could have them fade. Using an E6000 along the bottom and a few dots of hot glue. The E6000 will hold it in place long term. The hot glue is just for short term, so we could go ahead and proceed with the project and not have to wait. E6000 does take around 24 hours to cure and dry. So we're going to glue that to one corner of the wooden pallet, And then we're going to use the same glue combination on the bottom of the little jar. And we're going to glue that in the corner in the front of the pallet. And I just press those down until that hot glue dried. I found these great little lights at the Dollar Tree, and I wanted to wrap it around the two of them. But if you can see here, I was having a hard time figuring out where to put the little battery packs on each of the light sets. So I took a crate from the Dollar Tree, painted it the same way with the antique wax, and used the same glue combination of E6000 and hot glue, and I do attach that to the side of the pallet that is that two glasses are on. Sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up. I placed the two battery packs inside that crate, and I took the leaf lights and I glued them around the top of that crate, and then I just wrapped them around the front glass, and and just placed them in the front of the pallet, and then wrapped them again around the back of the wine glass. So they were just, so you had leaves in the front and the back. I am now going to use some boxwood that I picked up at Walmart for 97 cents. And I'm going to cut those apart and place them inside of the crate to cover up those battery packs. And I'm also going to take pieces of it and put it in the bottom of that front jar. I was originally going to use the purple lavender inside the vase, but I really didn't like what they looked like with the blue lights. So I used these blue flowers I picked up at Walmart on clearance for 25 cents a bunch. I do not know the name of them because they put the clearance sticker over the top of the name of the flower. If anyone knows, comment down below and let me know if you know what the name of these flowers are. And here it is all set. I did take the cork and put that back in the top. The cork to this wine bottle was glass, it wasn't regular cork. That's it for today's video. Leave a comment down below and let me know which one was your favorite from today. There's Miss Tabitha. Of course she needed to be part of the video. And I'd like to say thank you again for watching my video. Please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel and the like button. It really helps me grow. Thank you. See you in the next one.